What's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting Rivian tracker video. I'm Jose, and today we're going to be talking about the latest software update 2024.47, which includes a bunch of exciting new features that Rivian owners have been waiting for all year long. We're talking Google Casting, YouTube, SiriusXM, even Pandora, and even much more, including some holiday goodies. So let's get started with this fun software review update video. Rivian wishes us a happy holidays, so let's get started. We're going to talk a lot in this video about different things. Let's get started with Google Cast and YouTube. This has been a very hyped feature request that Rivian initially showed us earlier in 2024, but now it is December 2024, and Rivian just squeezed it in right before the end of the year. Now, before we get started, there is a note you must know about, and that is that in order to utilize Google Cast as well as YouTube, it is required to have Connect Plus. But I have good news for you. During the trial period, there's a preview period here that Rivian is including for us. You do not need to have Connect Plus. So if you're someone who's on the fence about Connect Plus, you'll be able to demo Google Cast and YouTube to see if that's something that maybe will push you over the edge to get Connect Plus. So that is something to know. But for the time being, right now, December 2024, you will be able to use Google Cast and YouTube with no problem whatsoever, and no Connect Plus necessary. So how do we get to it? You slide your dock up and you have a new category called video. When you go to video, you are prompted with this: how to get started. You'll connect your device by scanning the QR code and going into your Wi-Fi settings on your phone, and then you will go into your mobile device, open the choice of media app, and tap the cast button. We also then have YouTube. And YouTube is a little bit different because YouTube is a built-in app. So what that means is all you have to do is click start watching, and I've already logged into my YouTube account, but you will be able to come in here and log into your account. You can tap your little profile photo to see all the information. You can add additional accounts if you want by clicking add account and sign out, right? Just like that. And now here you can go in add account. On your phone or computer, go to youtube.com, activate, type in that code, boom, you'll be connected to YouTube immediately. So, log back in here. Let me show you a couple of things. Once you're logged into the YouTube app, things are pretty simple here. All you have to do is click a video, and it will start playing immediately. Hey, look, that's me. So, from there, you get this navigation bar here on the top and the bottom. Let me walk you through what this looks like. You have this little icon that will either move it up or down. This will take you back to the YouTube front page, so you can go back to the home page. Tapping on this will minimize the YouTube app so that you can control any of the other apps within your Rivian navigation. You can come in here to adjust volume as well as brightness of the video. Exit will exit the app, where you can come in here and hit end video, and boom, you're back at the home screen. Alternatively, or additionally, I should say, once you're in here, if you tap on the screen, you will get the normal YouTube interface where you can scroll across the video to be able to do whatever you'd like. You can thumbs it up, thumbs it down, CC if you want to enable subtitles. You can come into the settings here to enable the quality. So by default, it will try to find the best quality video. What I've noticed is that YouTube maxes out at 1080p, even though this video is a 4K video, so that's kind of a limitation. Unsure if that's a limitation of the YouTube app or if that's a limitation of the Rivian screen. So who knows? But if you don't touch anything, you'll see here that the screen goes into full display, and you can watch the video comfortably. Now, we'll exit back here. Like I mentioned earlier, you have everything here, so you can see your history, you can see your subscriptions, you can tap on the little three lines here to see more information such as sports, podcasts, etc. And of course, you can come in here to search for something. Now, this is kind of a flaw, and from what Rivian shared with me, it looks like it's a YouTube limitation. So Rivian and YouTube are working together to see if we can improve it. But for right now, you're kind of stuck with this little keyboard, as you can see here. So that's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully down the road, we'll be able to get the bigger on-screen keyboard, because this is kind of, well, let's be honest, that's mediocre and kind of ridiculous. But anyways, you can come in back here and you'll see the YouTube. Now, we're going to go ahead and exit the YouTube app. and we're going to go over here to the Cast app. Now, I have my wife's phone here with me because I needed another phone in order to be able to test this. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to come here to her camera and we're going to scan this. So we're going to go to camera and we're going to scan this. It's going to join my vehicle's network. So Rivian tracker is what I have it called. So we'll come over here again, Wi-Fi. As you can see, we're connected. Perfect. New device connected. And look, it even shows you down here that we have one device connected. Notes, you can cast from most mobile apps that have Google Cast. We do not yet support Netflix. Unfortunately, it looks like Netflix has an issue with casting to non-official Rivian or non-official Google devices. So unless you have like an official Google Chromecast device, Netflix is very particular about streaming. So that is not something you'll be able to do right now. I'm sorry to the Netflix fans. That's okay, because we have other apps on my phone. Google Max, HBO Max. I'm going to go ahead and resume this episode of Big Bang Theory. But I'm going to come down here and we're going to click on the little cast icon and I'm going to tap Rivian. And that should start automatically casting Max and the Big Bang Theory episode 2, my Rivian. So there you go. You got the Max icon or the Max loading screen. It says play Max, and we're going to give it a second here. It should start buffering and loading. It says to adjust the volume, use your vehicle controls, so you'll be able to use these. And there it is. Now, let's talk about this because it is not perfect by any means. And if I told you it is, I'd be lying to you. So, as you can see here, it's playing, but here's the reality, guys. I'm going to lower that while this plays. The reality is that your vehicle has 4G LTE. That is what Rivian has. It's AT&T 4G LTE. And the connectivity may not always be great, right? It may not always be great. That's the reality of things. And so I really hope that in the near future, Rivian will let us cast using our phone's connectivity, because I have T-Mobile 5G. It is much better in my area here of Central Florida than AT&T is. And so we have to deal with the fact that if the AT&T connectivity is not really good, you're going to get really weak connectivity playing content through Google Cast. That also means that you also may not potentially be able to, stream in 4K, which is something that maybe you can do with 5G. So there are a lot of limitations here to be set. So if we come here to these little dots, again, just like YouTube, we can tap this to move that to the bottom. We can turn on subtitles if we want, if you're someone like me. And we can move this back to the top because it is overlaying over the play button. And if you do that, it should give you subtitles. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I did turn on the subtitles, but I don't really know if they're going to play. So maybe we got to do that again. Oh, yeah, it didn't save for some reason. Maybe I didn't tap it correctly. That could be a Jose error. Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working, so it's fine. Maybe it's a Max issue. I don't know. So anyways, here we are. We're playing content. You have CC. Will that play my subtitles? Nope. So it looks like subtitles just do not want to play. So real time, we're learning about this experience here. You do have the ability to pause and play. You have the ability to go back 15 seconds or skip ahead 15 seconds if you like. Again, like before, you can control the brightness. You can control the volume. You can also bring up the vehicle controls by tapping that. And if you're done, you can just hit exit and cast and you're done. It says Google Cast is disconnected. So, is Google Cast a perfect option or alternative to having native apps? I don't think so, but it does open up the ability to be able to do almost any app you want, asterisk, not Netflix for the time being. So, that is an example of Google Cast as well as YouTube. So, if you're someone like me who watches a lot of YouTube, this will be great. And if you want to watch Google Cast, this will be great too. Now, here's the thing you need to know. If you put your vehicle into drive, you can no longer cast nor watch YouTube for obvious reasons and safety reasons. So if you're someone who's like, oh, I really want to listen to YouTube music, as soon as you put the vehicle in park or in drive, it will stop. Now, once you put it back into park, you have unlocked the ability to listen to it again. Also, the rear screen does not currently do anything. Maybe in the future, Rivian will introduce the ability to play content back there, maybe while driving, so that if you have children or a pet or other adults, they can watch stuff. But for now, it is not an option. If you do want to use YouTube music, you'll want to do the same way as you do today, which is Bluetooth audio that to your device. So that's Google Casting, that's YouTube, a quick little rundown of it. Yeah, definitely want to know what you think about that in the comments below. Now, let's move on because there's much more to talk about. The next really exciting thing, which Rivian threw at us as a surprise, was the introduction of SiriusXM. This is something that Rivian also announced earlier this year, and people have been highly anticipating it. So to access it, we're going to go into the music menu. If you don't see it here on the left sidebar, which you probably won't, you'll want to click the three little dots, and you'll now be introduced with a new icon called SiriusXM. When you load that up, you'll be presented with the SiriusXM screen, where if you don't have SiriusXM, you will be presented with the option to sign up for a free trial. Once you do that, you'll be brought into this screen here where it kind of gives you like, suggestions. Now, once you're here, it says good afternoon, let's keep your day going strong. You'll be presented with the For You page, categories, as well as My Collection as you add things into your favorites there. So from here, you can come in. Let's say I want to listen to Taylor Swift radio. This is a Pandora station because Pandora and SiriusXM are now one intertwined. So you'll have stations there from Pandora. You also have SiriusXM stations. So like this is channel 34, Lithium, which has rock. And it'll show you over there. And this is really cool because you can hit the start over and it will start over the song that you're listening to or the whatever it may be that you're listening to, which is kind of neat. Now, you also have Play Lithium Just Music, or you can go to the Play Artist station if you wanted to listen to Nirvana. As you can see down here, Pandora, so it's telling you where it's going. So there's a lot of deep menu options in there. And then, of course, it goes based on your listening. It will adjust the stuff here. You have your categories, again, music, sports, news, as well as talk show radio. You can also come up here and search, and you can also search with voice. And of course, it's listening to me, but that's not it. So here, let's try this again. So I'm going to go to search. Let's come back here, and I'm going to go here, AJR. Okay, AJR. Searching for AJR, and there we go. So now it's looking for. There's a Pandora radio station. There's some other, specials, guest, holiday space, but I can come in here to Pandora Radio and listen to AJR because AJR is one of my favorite bands. So that's an option as well. But if you don't want to use voice, you can also do type with keyboard, and it will pop up the correct keyboard, unlike what YouTube has, to be able to type whatever you'd like. You can also tap the little icon up there to go back to voice chat if you'd like. Then you have your settings. Like I said, everybody who has a Rivian will get a 30-day platinum trial. After that, plans start at $5 per month if you sign up for a 12-month contract. If you already have a SiriusXM account, you can come in here to log in or to create one. So if you hit login, it will prompt you to enter your email address and then password. If you want to create a new profile, you can come here and it will do the same thing. Enter your email and password to create a new account. You also have the options to look at subscribing. How would you like to continue? Text me a link or email me a link. So that's really convenient if you want to subscribe to SiriusXM. You have your listener settings here, which will let you customize every single aspect of SiriusXM as well. You have system information such as your radio ID and stuff that you'll only really need to use if you need support with SiriusXM. And then, of course, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, Platinum allows you to keep going anywhere you go, so you can get the app. Again, it will tell you to put in your phone number, and it will text you a link to download the SiriusXM app. Now, let's talk about how SiriusXM is working here on the Rivian. The way it's working is through internet connectivity. This is not using the standard typical satellite because, as you know, Rivian does not have a satellite antenna. So we are using this over the internet. What does that mean? If your Wi-Fi or your LTE is weak, so will your streaming. So you are streaming this. This is not streaming through satellite, but streaming through the internet. So a lot of people have mixed opinions about that, but the reality is if you wanted SiriusXM, this is how you are going to get it on Rivian. There's no other option. So that's something to take into consideration. But now you have SiriusXM here, and as a friendly reminder, if you want to add it to your sidebar, super easy. You just tap on the SiriusXM icon, drag it over, boom, and now you have it here on the sidebar, so you can easily access it. And I hope everyone who is excited for SiriusXM is really excited about this, because this is what a lot of people have been asking for a while. Yeah, so that's pretty much pretty easy. If you go into categories here, we can go into music. You can see you have, again, different categories like holiday. You have channels, you have on demand, so you can listen to everything. Yeah, super clean interface actually, and they did a good job with it, all things considered, working with SiriusXM comparably to like Apple Music or whatnot. So great work on the SiriusXM side of things for Rivian, and yeah, 10 out of 10 on SiriusXM, and I hope those that were excited for it will enjoy using it. All right, let's move on to the next thing, which was schedule climate. Woo! All right, Gen 1 people, you can tune out of here because you already have this feature. But for us, Gen 2, we did not have this function, but now it's been introduced here, so we can actually go in and schedule climate through the center screen. Departure time, you can set whatever you want your cabin to be. You can set if you want your seats cooled. And you can also set it to pull from the charger, so that if you're connected, it actually pulls from the grid instead of pulling from the battery in the vehicle. You can hit save and it will create a schedule for you there. You can also do it on the mobile app. You can come here to climate, scroll down to schedule, and as you saw there, you have our schedule that I just created up there. So that's really cool. So you'll be able to do that as well. So now we have the ability to schedule climate. So if you're someone, and then it will show here like the next available climate. If you don't want it anymore, you can tap that, or you can hit it and come all the way to the bottom and hit delete to delete it. And that's your schedule climate. This one's going to be a little hard to recreate or show you, but now depending on the weather outside, the seat icons that pop up here will either show cool or vent or heat seats depending on the temperature outside. So as you can see, it's 82 degrees here, even though it's snowing. And this will now show cooled or heat depending on the temperature outside. So that's kind of really neat. It will vary, again, depending on what it thinks the temperature is outside, to show cool or hot. So we had some cooler weather this week and it was showing the heated seats here, but now that it's warmer outside at 82 degrees, it's showing cooled seats. So that will automatically now update here, so that you no longer are stuck to whatever the last preset was. So that's kind of cool. Rivian has been the king of Halloween, but now they've introduced a couple of fun holiday features for us. And so I'm going to show you the first one here, which is the lock sound as well as the light bar effect in the front of the vehicle. So when you lock it, you get a fun jingle sound effect as well as the light bar here. Let me show you that again. Now I'm going to show you what the rear looks like. Now on Gen 1, that will flash green. Forgive how dirty my vehicle is. Jesus, oh my goodness, it's terrible. But we're going to come here to the back, and in the back, we get the fun jingles in the back as well as the fun holiday lights. How fun is that? Now let me show you how you can enable and disable those if you're not interested in having holiday spirit. Maybe you're a Scrooge or a Grinch. No worries, no judgment here. We're gonna come into the vehicle, we're gonna swipe up, and we're gonna go to settings. And once you're in the settings here, you're gonna go to access, Scroll down, not that far, not that far. Slow down, slow down. And then, of course, here now you have the Bluebird, the Owl, the day and night cycle, which cycles Bluebird and Owl, or Jingle. Of course, you can also just turn off the lock sound if you don't want it at all, but that's just blasphemous. So, for us holiday folk, Jingle is there, and that's super duper awesome. Also, fun fact, if you come into drive modes and put it in snow mode, you have a little snowman and a Christmas tree. And of course, I don't know, it's not going to do that because this screen doesn't do that. But you have a little snowman there. You have a Christmas tree. And that's just freaking adorable. So, love it. Unfortunately, the people in the thing are not snowmen. They are, like, you know, how on the holidays are zombies. They're not snowmen. Maybe next year. Maybe next year, guys. But check it out, little holiday spirit right in your Rivian. Well, guys, that's 2024.47. Those are the major features. There is a lot more to discuss in this software update. You can check out everything at riviantracker.com. You can check out all the release notes, all the additional improvements that Rivian software team worked on. Everything from infotainment stability issues that were fixed to Audible. So as usual, please check out riviantracker.com to see every little detail of what 2024.47 included. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope everyone has a happy holidays if I don't talk to you, and happy new year. And then really looking forward to see what Rivian has in store in 2025. So I'll see you guys in the next one.